Highway makes desert travel easy. The newly built highway crosses the hinterland of the Taklamakan Desert, China's largest desert, and is the third desert road that has been built through the desert. Luo Wangshu. China Daily. D1.jpg. A car travels on the Yuli-Kwaimo Highway across the Taklamakan Desert in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region on Thursday after the highway opened. Photo/Xinhua. July 6, 2022. Beijing, a desert highway in southern Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region opened on Thursday, slashing travel time, benefiting locals and boosting regional socio-economic development, according to its construction company. The 334-kilometer highway, linking Yuli and Kwaimo counties in the Bengal and Mongol Autonomous Prefecture of Xinjiang, is located at the Tarim Basin between the southern slope of the Tian Shan Mountains and north side of the Altun Mountains. The highway was built by China Communications Construction Company, a multinational engineering and construction enterprise that mainly focuses on developing ultra-large infrastructure. The new highway crosses the hinterland of the Taklamakan Desert, China's largest desert. It is the third desert road that has been built through the desert. Nearly 92% of the new road 307 kilometers is in the desert, making construction tremendously difficult. It was one of the world's most challenging desert roads to build, said Wang Yunfei, the roads project manager from the CCCC. The highway is expected to significantly benefit residents in the prefecture. It reduces travel time between Kwaimo County to Korla, capital of the Bengal and Mongol Autonomous Prefecture, from 12 hours to 6, improving travel experiences for local residents, reducing their living costs and helping them sell agricultural produce outside the region, said Li Ying, Deputy General Manager of Xinjiang Communications Investment and Development Corp., a subsidiary of CCCC. The route traverses an area with rich petroleum resources in the Tarim Basin, which will provide strong support for oil and gas exploration and transportation, boosting socio-economic development in southern Xinjiang, he added. My family's cotton field is by the Tarim River. With enough water, my cotton is usually harvested, said Li Jinzhen, a cotton grower from Yuli County. But during the harvest and sale season in the past, I was often worried and concerned because the trip from my cotton field to the nearest cotton collection center was an exhausting journey. Although the distance, from the cotton field and the closest place to sell cotton, was only less than 50 kilometers away, it took a few days to complete the trip because we had to cross the desert and river. The new highway gives me hope. Cotton can be sent out easily and hopefully our income will also increase, he added. Workers had to overcome challenges in construction. The route crosses the Taklamakan Desert in a north-south direction. With a 7-month windy season in the desert, extremely harsh natural conditions were not the only challenge. We also had to face problems such as having no water, no electricity, no mobile phone signals and frequent sandstorms with visibility less than 5 meters, Project Manager Wang said. To reduce the harm to the environment, construction workers used the main roadbed instead of building a new foundation, which is a widely adopted method in road construction. We tried hard to protect the fragile desert environment, Wang said. Because of complicated geographic conditions and extreme weather, some regions in southern Xinjiang have poor transport networks. However, the region's infrastructure has been greatly improved this year. In addition to the new highway, a railway in the Bengal opened in June. The railway is located on the southern edge of the Taklamakan Desert, the last leg to form a railway loop circling the desert. It's also the world's first railway loop circling a desert. Thailand citizens free to grow marijuana and hemp from June 9. They are required only to inform the number of ganja or hemp plants they are growing to the FDA via an app called Plukgan or Growing Ganja. The Nation. WJQW5VCBS, Estokstibks. WebP. May 20, 2022. Bangkok, Dr. Withat Saratdichakul, Deputy FDA Secretary General, was referring to the directive of the Public Health Ministry to delist ganja, marijuana, and hemp from the list of Category 5 narcotics. Withat said once the directive takes effect, no part of ganja and hemp, except extracted substance with more than 2% of THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, would be regarded as narcotics. As a result, people can grow hemp and ganja without having to seek permission. They are required only to inform the number of ganja or hemp plants they are growing to the FDA via an app called Plukgan or Growing Ganja, with it added. The same rules will be applied to those wanting to grow hemp and marijuana for commercial purposes, with it said. But the FDA deputy chief said people who want to import seeds or other parts of hemp and ganja will have to seek permission in accordance with the provisions of the Plant Variety Act B 2518, 1975, and Plant Quarantine Act B 2507, 1964. He noted that the import of food products with substances from hemp and marijuana will have to be based on the law on air travel and international parcels. He added that the FDA is still drafting its regulations on the prohibition of herbal products made with hemp and ganja in exceptional cases. The regulations will be aimed at promoting local growers and manufacturers of herbs, with it said, adding that the FDA would have to revise 7 regulations on the issue. Society Thailand, the nation. Post navigation. Diplomacy must deepen foundations for national development. Vietnam Prime Minister The PM also stressed the importance of close coordination between diplomatic agencies for higher efficiency and international integration. Vietnam News A375.jpg. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh addressed a meeting held on Saturday by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Hanoi, to review Vietnam's 2-year tenure on the United Nations Security Council. VNA/VNS Photo Duong Ging. January 25, 2022. Hanoi, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh has praised Vietnam's performance on the UN Security Council, UNSC, while underlining the need to further promote multilateral diplomacy on the values of sincerity, trust, and respect as tools towards sustainable national development. He gave these remarks at a conference held in Hanoi on Saturday to review Vietnam's performance during its 2-year tenure as a non-permanent member of the UNSC. The PM said that Vietnam's position as a non-permanent member of the UNSC, for the second time in just over 10 years after completing its first tenure in the Council with a record number of votes, 192 out of 193 votes, demonstrated the stature of the country and the high level of confidence and trust that other nations place in Vietnam. Addressing complicated world and regional situations, the PM directed the diplomatic sector to continue its pioneering role in maintaining a peaceful and stable environment that contributes to safeguarding national independence, sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity. He called for the sector to continue multilateral diplomatic activities and bilateral partnerships with other countries and international organizations, creating a sustainable foundation that takes advantage of all available resources to further develop the country, the most pressing of which are vaccine diplomacy, policy consultation, and assistance for post-pandemic recovery, healthcare diplomacy, energy diplomacy, and digital transformation diplomacy. The diplomatic sector must also play a leading role in reconciliation and managing multilateral forums by hosting big international events, such as the UN, ASEAN, Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, APEC, and Asia-Europe Meeting, ASEM. Furthermore, the country must run for important positions in international organizations, including for a potential third tenure at the UN Security Council in the next 10 to 15 years, and put forward ideas that enhance Vietnam's position and value in the world. The PM also stressed the importance of close coordination between diplomatic agencies for higher efficiency and international integration. Diplomacy must deepen foundations for national development, Vietnam PM1. Prime Minister Chinh with senior officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and officers deployed on UN peacekeeping missions. VNA/VNS Photo Duong Ging. Minister of Foreign Affairs Bui Thanh Son said that Vietnam began its tenure as a non-permanent member of the UNSC in 2020 to 2021. Since then, there have been both advantages and major challenges in both the region and the world, particularly the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Under these circumstances, over the last 2 years, the UNSC has handled a great workload with 840 meetings at the ambassadorial level and thousands of consultations at different levels. The UNSC adopted a total of 254 documents and discussed more than 60 issues spanning all continents and non-traditional security matters, especially climate changes, COVID-19, and maritime security. The minister said with a consistent message of being a partner for sustainable peace, Vietnam joined the Council in an active, positive spirit with a high sense of responsibility, and made practical contributions to the Council's work. Reviewing the legacy Vietnam has left in the UNSC, Sun said that the country has helped promote a multilateral approach and uphold international law, as well as the fundamental principles of the UN Charter, while pushing for sustainable and comprehensive solutions to conflicts, including the settlement of conflict consequences for the long-term development of countries. The country has worked to spread humanity and increase the protection of civilians, especially vulnerable groups such as women and children, in conflicts, and to strengthen cooperation between the UN and the UNSC with regional organizations in maintaining peace and international security, as well as increasing the central role and presence of the ASEAN at the Council. According to Sun, Vietnam proposed solutions to many global issues, especially non-traditional security matters such as climate change, maritime security, and pandemic response, evidenced by the two initiatives Vietnam launched: a group of friends on the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, and the International Day of the Epidemic Preparedness marked on December 27 every year, along with Vietnam's increasing number of military officers deployed.